we start off with Trig, back in his political bag, his working man for the people bag, giving a speech seemingly in front of folk that matter, speaking truth to power, speaking his truth as only Trig could speak it, talking about the community, choices, living with those choices, some made by you, some made for you, and some not. And the process of living with, dealing with the impact of those choices every day. It is a process. Proposes a mental health clinic, for the community, to deal with that under-addressed issue in the Black community. Sounds like a good idea. After he's done, Marcus tells him he looks like he found his voice. Should run for mayor someday. Trig finishes there, goes and gets in his car to move on to the next thing in his day. Next appointment, maybe it's the end of the day. Sits for a second or two to catch his breath. But he got caught slipping. How Trig get caught slipping? Gets abducted by dudes in masks, kidnapped and slapped up inside of a van. When the masks come off, he finds himself up in Douda's garage, Douda's chop shop, tied to a chair. Now Douda just got one question, and he asks it while Bianca and some of his crew of minions look on. You know what the man want to know. Asks Trig if it was him who took a shot at him the other night, tried to rock him to eternal sleep. Though tied up, Trig's still cocky as a mofo. Says if he did, this conversation wouldn't even be happening right now, player. Like, his little crew would be getting a harmony on. Thug style. Bone thug style. Bone, 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 bone. Now tell me what you gonna do. 'Cause his soul would have been with Q's at the damn crossroads. Now this is pleasing to Douda's ears. 'Cause truth be told, he likes Trig. He got Trig to where he is now, trusts him, knows he's a soldier. In some ways, may feel like Trig is still on his side, somewhat. Leans in a little too close to the man, though, through all the commotion. I mean, you still do have him tied up and kidnapped. Douda takes a headbutt to the grill. Bow! In kind, he returns the show of affection. Molly whops Trig eye like, bow! Left Trig eye in a sunken place. At some point, they let Trig up out of there. He pops up a little later at the men's group. Not in the circle. He ain't in no condition to talk. He might need a moment to himself. He not in a circle with the fellas, but he in the facility, in the room where Shaad, Marcus, Bakari, Jamal, and Quincy talking about supporting each other. It's a good little group. I like this men's group. They see Trig storm into the room in a huff. Marcus like, yo, bro, you good? Like, mofo, do you see his eye? Trig up in there looking like his eye closed for the season. He talking about, are you good?